Welcome to the Everyday Epigenetics, raw, real, relatable podcast. We're your hosts, Susan Robbins, certified epigenetic human performance coach,
and Kate King, licensed psychotherapist, board-certified art therapist, and award-winning author. Together, we bring two perspectives, two styles, and one shared passion for epigenetics.
On this podcast, we delve into topics such as environment, nutrition, fitness, mindset, social dynamics, and trauma as they pertain to epigenetic expression in a way that's relatable to everyone.
We recognize that everyone's needs are unique. There are no one-size-fits-all solutions for your mind, body, and heart. The true magic lies within you.
So if you're ready to create a radiant life through epigenetics and reclaim your authentic self, then buckle up. Here we go. Welcome to the Everyday Epigenetics, raw, real, relatable podcast. We are your co-hosts. I am Susan Robbins, and I'm here with the lovely
Kate King. And today we are talking about one of our very most favorite hacks for better health, wellness, mental health, outlook, inspiration, gratitude lists.
Which also turns genes on and off, right?
Yeah.
Gratitude can really affect our genetic expression.
Yeah. So Susan and I both have a gratitude practice that involves making these lists. In fact, I actually have an entire journal that's dedicated only for gratitude lists, and I date them each time. And it's actually really fun to look back months, even years, and see which pieces of my gratitude list are actually the same over time and how my gratitude changes and shifts over time. So Susan, do you want to just introduce the way that you do it? And then if my way is different, we can talk about that.
Yeah, I started doing this years ago. I think it was around 2008. And I was working with an energy practitioner, and she said, "Do you ever do a gratitude list? You need to start a gratitude list." It's like, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Just start with 3 things, either when you wake up or before you go to bed, that you are grateful for that day. And you can always come up with 3. If you want more, do more." But I started out with the 3. Even on my worst days, there were still things I could find that I was grateful for. And I chose to do it at night. Sometimes I switch it up now, but I chose to do it at night because it put me into a happy space before I went to sleep. It takes you, like, it just took me out of that any negativity mode, because you finish your day with things that just made you feel good. Well, it was like, for me, it was always my cat Rupert, my best bud. And then you go from there. And then I found that once I started with those 3, it just balls into more. And there were times it would be like 10, 15, like you just keep going. And then I got into journaling through that, where then I would just start writing about all of these things that I was grateful for, not just listing them, but writing them. And then when I turned out the light, it's just this feeling of calm that would come over me, and a feeling of peace, which I think so many people are missing right now. And it can really, because we talked about central nervous system, doing this calming. It's one way to start bringing things down. When you look at, not everything has turned to crap today. There's still things to be grateful for, whether it's you starting your that day that way or ending it. And that's how I do mine. What about you?
I think that it's really helpful on happy days, but I find this to be most beneficial on tough days because, like you said, there's always something to be grateful for, even if it's everything feels hard today, but at least I have this food that I'm eating. At least I have the company of my sweet animal down by my heels, whatever's going on in your life that I'm really glad I have that, that I'm glad I have that. That is gratitude. Or like, thank goodness it didn't rain this morning on my commute.
To say the sun was out.
That's gratitude, right? So I like to challenge myself. I don't have a specific time when I do this because sometimes my kids wake me up at 4 a.m. or at nighttime. Things don't always work for me in like specific time. So I just put it in wherever I have the time. Sometimes it's during my lunch hour. Sometimes I'm waiting at the dentist and I have a few minutes to make a note in my phone. And I challenge myself to think of as many gratitudes as I possibly can. And I challenge myself like a little inner competition to see if I can fill an entire page. And especially if, in a paper notebook where you can measure things by pages. And some of the things are itty bitty. It's really small. It's like, really
Be
grateful.
anything.
Yeah, I'm really grateful I don't have a headache today. I'm thankful that the clothes that I'm wearing are soft against my skin. I'm thankful that I have this health insurance that allows me to sit here in the dentist and get my teeth cleaned. And some of them are really big, profoundly. I'm grateful for the remission of that disease, grateful for the important person in my life, grateful for even the challenges that have taught me important lessons. And I find that gratitude is it's an embodied experience. It's something that not only you think, but you also feel. And so when you're writing your list, you're in a sense kind of bridging the mind and the body, and you're allowing yourself to think about things you're grateful for, and then intrinsically start to feel that higher vibrational energy that comes with gratitude, which we know from so many different measures of science these days that it impacts your electromagnetic field around your body. It can actually increase your immune system. It can increase your ability to have positive mental health. It can fight anxiety and depression, help with digestion. There's so many amazing measures of having gratitude, appreciation, love, these higher vibrational emotions in your body. So I think throw as many of them as you can on a page. And sometimes
Sure.
reflecting back on an old gratitude list can also fill you with that same kind of swell and that warmth in your heart. And then you remember my past self had things to be grateful for. So my present self can and my future self will, because gratitude is always there.
Yeah, and like you said, even on the hardest days, it doesn't. I mean, I've had more harder ones than chill ones in this last year, and again, there's always something, several things to be grateful. We're sitting here doing the podcast because we can. Right? I'm grateful I help my clients, and there's nothing that's too small. Nothing. And I think that again, it's like, get out of that perfection mode because I will have clients say, I don't know what to write. I don't know how to write it. I go, it doesn't matter. You just start. Just put something down on paper. And think of it like this makes me happy. And you think about bringing that peace in when we're stressed and everything feels like it's going to hell in a handbasket, and we stay on that, like, the day continues to snowball. Like, what's gonna happen next? So, I'll give you a quick one. So, Saturday, I was headed up to do this hike. I avoid I-70 like the plague because it is just the traffic, there's always accidents, and I just don't deal with it. But there was a hike that I have been wanting to do, hadn't been able to do it. So, Saturday morning, I pack up, I'm meeting a gal up there that's I'm on an outdoor site, that Facebook page that wanted to have someone hike with her. So I was like, "Yay, I get to meet a new hike person." I'm in a great mode, heading up I-70. Well, first of all, my car starts having issues, and then while the car is having issues, a deer picks me in the line of slow cars and literally, like, commits Harry into my car. You gotta be kidding me. And so I mean, I was, like, shocked and shaking, but I pulled over to look, and my car was drivable. But so I'm in the car and I'm still shaking. I said, "Okay, my car's drivable. I'm going to this hike." Get up to the hike. All I could think of, it was an amazing day. We took a wrong turn, ended up going 2 extra miles for 12,000 feet. And every single step I took, I just kept thinking, I am so grateful to be here and now and experiencing this. And I think we just don't think about this stuff. It could have started with the trouble and then the deer, and it could have gotten worse and worse and worse. But when we reframe and go to that gratitude, I wasn't hurt. My car was drivable. And now I'm up at over 12,000 feet at the top of the world, just in bliss. From that stress and the shaking, that cortisol response, and then this is why I'm talking about this. Think of how it just makes you go, my body was a bit stressed on the hike, but it was a good stress. And I didn't feel any of that negative response that I felt earlier because I was so grateful to be where I was. So you might not be free on a hike, but the day starts to snowball. Like you said, pull out your journal at lunch Pull out a piece of paper. If you don't have a journal, it doesn't matter. Pull out your phone and start typing the things that are going, because it will flip your switch. Okay,
And
back
it's a
to you.
mindset
Those are-
it's a mindset thing, right? So with your car example, you could have very easily gone to a place, "The world's against me. What a terrible
I
day."
did for 2 minutes.
And honestly, I think sometimes it's okay to give yourself a set amount of time. Like, all right, you've got 90 seconds to feel terrible about yourself, wallow in self pity, cry about this, and we're going to go to gratitude. So you always have a choice with how you feel, no matter what's happening in your life. And you can choose gratitude, even if your body doesn't feel gratitude yet. You start with it in your mind, and then it trickles down to your body. So even if you're having the worst situation, like a car accident, find the good in it. Find the help. Maybe there's a helpful person who pulled over and helped you. Maybe you have your cell phone. You can call AAA or 911, whatever you need. Thank goodness for cell phones. I'm so grateful for that technology, right? So, right there, you've suddenly shifted your nervous system from panic and anxiety to gratitude and appreciation. And then it snowballs from there.
It's the positive snowball.
Yeah.
Where it could be that negativity snowball, and you go, really? So what else? I'm already having a shitty day. Now what's going to come? Because what's next? Could things get any worse? Okay, you just said that. But if you flip that switch, and again, feel how your body reacts. Because even me talking like that, look how, for those of you looking, like my body lurches forward. Are you kidding me? And that's what I did in the car. Are you effing kidding me? This really happened. But then as I'm at the top of this mountain, I have this picture where I'm like Lewis and Clark, right? It was like, there was none of that. And when you talk about things of gratitude, look at when we talk, there's a piece. It's not a gratitude. I'm coming at you, right? Like you come through the screen. But when you talk about negativity, start tuning into your body. Start tuning into your body, how it's feeling when you're writing or typing these things that you're grateful for. This is how you'll start to understand your body. We talk about that mind body connection. These are ways to bring awareness into that and how you can flip your switch.
Yeah. Beautiful. So that's our mini for you today about gratitude. Make a list, hold them in your mind, even if you can only think of one thing. See if you can choose gratitude today and start to work that muscle so that you can be even more grateful and access it more easily tomorrow.
And come and join our Facebook group. It's Everyday Epigenetics, raw, real, relatable chat group. We would love your input. Let us know if there's any of these shorts that you would like to see tune into a full episode with us or some guests. Please come in and give us feedback, interact. We'd love that because we are here for you to make your life more radiant through epigenetics. So get out there, make it a great day, and be your most authentic selves. And share these little shorts with people too that might not have time to listen to something full, but they'll get great advice and snippets from us. So thanks so much. Have a great day.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you so much for tuning into our podcast.
If you enjoyed this week's episode, we'd love for you to share it, leave a review or comment, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Help us get this information out to everyone who could benefit, and we'll keep bringing you the content you crave.
You can also check out our podcast site at everydayepigenetics.co and sign up for our newsletter to stay updated on upcoming episodes. The link is in the show notes.
If you're interested in DNA or epigenetic coaching with Susan, or Radiant Life Coaching for deep inner work with Kate, our contact info is in the show notes below.
Now go and make it a great day and let your most authentic self shine.